My dear one, there are two people in your life right now who care about you far more than you may have allowed yourself to fully understand. But one of them is holding on to something, a secret that, once it surfaces, has the kind of weight that changes things. Don't move away from this message yet. Stay with every word, because what's waiting for you at the end of this matters more than you know. Something significant is moving in your direction during this particular season of your life, and you need to hear all of it. The first person thinks about you every single night, without exception. Your name moves through their heart like something sacred, like a quiet prayer carried upward into the kind of stillness only the deepest parts of the universe can truly receive. Almost everything they think about connects back to you somehow, back to your happiness, your well-being, your life. If there are two people currently circling your world, take this as your reminder to keep your eyes and your heart open, because truth has a way of showing itself even when the atmosphere around you feels completely silent. The second person also feels something powerful when it comes to you, something they find themselves unable to brush aside no matter how hard they try. Yet everything they feel stays locked away beneath a secret they're not ready to bring into the open. Their heart speeds up the moment they sense your energy nearby, and somewhere deep within themselves, they already know that once the truth finally steps into the light between you, nothing will look the same as it does right now. You've already sensed something, haven't you? That unusual feeling of being pulled in two different directions at once, as though two entirely different energies are both reaching toward your spirit at the same time. One of them feels gentle, safe, like something you've known before, somewhere, in some form you can't quite name. The other feels intense, magnetic, almost unsettling to the quiet place inside you. And yet your soul keeps finding it nearly impossible to fully turn away from it. Both of these souls have been woven into your journey for a long time. One arrives through something that feels ancient and sacred, like a promise made before either of you were even aware of making it. The other arrives carrying a lesson wrapped inside a careful disguise. Stay with this, because what's about to unfold may move you in ways you aren't expecting. One of these souls genuinely wants peace and joy for you every single day. The other hides a truth behind a warm expression, a truth that burns quietly inside them, slowly becoming harder to contain. Both of them carry real care for you in their own way, but only one of those connections sits in true alignment with the direction your life is actually meant to take. The other affection grew out of something left unfinished, something rooted in old regret that they never expected you to see clearly. What appears on the surface as loyalty is actually a confession that's been building, waiting for the exact right moment to finally step forward. You may have noticed recently that your dreams feel more crowded than usual. You might wake up with the lingering sense that someone called your name in the night, softly, as though from just beyond the edge of your awareness. There's a feeling of invisible emotion reaching toward you even while you sleep. One energy arrives and leaves peace behind it. The other leaves questions and a low-level restlessness that you can't quite shake. One gives quietly and without needing anything back. The other holds on with a kind of desperation, afraid of what exposure might cost them. This is a season that's asking for clarity from you. You're being gently pointed towards seeing things with fresh, unguarded eyes and a heart that isn't clouded. Don't dismiss the signs that keep presenting themselves around you. A crossroads is coming. A moment is approaching where what has remained carefully buried can no longer stay that way. The person who genuinely loves you will speak words that loosen the tension in your chest and bring quiet to your spirit. The other may give themselves away through a small but significant mistake, a contradiction they didn't plan for, a moment where the face they've been showing you slips just far enough to reveal what's underneath. You've likely already felt this push and pull inside yourself. Those flashes of unexpected happiness followed almost immediately by confusion. Feelings that arrive with no clear reason or warning. It can feel as though two opposing forces are quietly competing for your attention at the same time. Both of these people want to remain present in your life, but time has a remarkable ability to show us which connections were built on solid truth and which ones were built on something much more fragile. Someone you least expect may soon look at you with visible emotion written plainly across their face. Their voice may waver. Their steady confidence may soften for just a moment. And in that moment, the truth they've been carefully guarding may begin to find its way out. What has been hidden from you isn't meant to hurt you. It's meant to hand you the understanding you've quietly been searching for. You won't need to push or force anything into the open. What's meant to be revealed will find its own natural way to the surface. A particular kind of moment is being arranged, one where the pretending falls away, where hearts become transparent, and where a single honest confession brings something that feels like relief to everyone involved. Two souls may both care deeply for you, but only one of those connections is rooted in something honest and truly meant for you. The two energies move through the landscape of your heart like stars crossing the same stretch of sky. One of them shines openly, without concealment. The other stays hidden in the kind of shadow that fear and unresolved uncertainty create. The pure connection carries a gentleness, like the very first light of a new morning touching the world. The other carries the particular heaviness of something from the past that can no longer stay buried. There may have been a recent evening where you found yourself suddenly drawn toward thoughts of someone for no clear reason you could identify at the time. Perhaps the thought of them appeared without invitation. Perhaps you felt a sense of closeness that seemed to come from nowhere at all. That was your intuition trying to speak to you. Don't dismiss it too quickly. The part of you that knows things before your mind catches up is often more accurate than anything else you have access to. An unexpected conversation is coming. At first, it may appear ordinary and small. Maybe it comes through a message, maybe a phone call, maybe during an interaction that starts out feeling completely routine. But hidden inside those simple words may be the truth that shifts everything you thought you understood. The person who's been carrying the secret may have difficulty holding your gaze. Their words may come out uncertain. Their usual confidence may quietly give way. Not because they want to deceive you, but because they've arrived at the point where keeping the truth inside has simply become impossible. The moment for honesty is no longer approaching from a distance. It's nearly here. The conditions for it are already being put into place. Your heart has carried a great deal through all of this. You offered kindness without making people earn it first. You kept believing even during stretches when disappointment gave you every reasonable excuse to stop. You kept your heart open when closing it would have been so much easier. That kind of strength doesn't go unnoticed by the universe or by the people around you. The connection that genuinely belongs in your life will begin making itself visible through small but unmistakable signs, gestures of real kindness that require actual effort, words that settle your spirit instead of stirring more questions, moments of timing so precise they seem impossible to attribute to coincidence. You'll start feeling the difference between someone who's afraid of losing you and someone who simply, quietly, completely loves you. That distinction is more powerful than most people realize. Fear creates pressure. Genuine love creates peace. Fear demands certainty before it can relax. Genuine love offers trust freely. Fear tries to hold tightly, to control and contain. Genuine love provides space while choosing to stay close. As your clarity continues to grow, these differences will become something you can no longer look past. The hidden truth isn't coming to disturb what you've built. It's coming to guide your heart toward what is actually real and meant for you. What has been sitting in darkness may emerge without drama. There may be no confrontation, no explosive moment, no conflict to survive. Instead, the truth may arrive through something quiet, a message that surfaces unexpectedly, a confession spoken softly from the heart, an admission that comes when someone runs out of ways to hold it back. Or perhaps a dream that carries a feeling too significant to set aside when you wake. When that moment comes, something inside you will release. The uncertainty that has been hovering around your spirit will begin to lift. The confusion that once made it hard to see clearly will clear like morning mist when the sun finally reaches it. This is a genuine turning point. You're standing between two very different experiences right now. One is slowly fading. The other is becoming steadily more present and more real. What is fading brought things with it that mattered. It taught you endurance. It taught you patience with yourself and with others. It showed you things about your own strength that easier circumstances might never have revealed. But what is growing carries something different entirely. It brings peace. It brings honesty. It brings the particular feeling of being understood without having to carefully explain every part of yourself first. It shows you what trust actually looks like when it's given freely without conditions attached. It shows you what love becomes when fear is no longer the one making the decisions. The connection that's moving toward you will not leave you standing in constant uncertainty about where you stand. It will not ask you to keep guessing. It will not hold you in a place where confusion feels like the permanent atmosphere. Instead, it will offer clarity. It will provide consistency. It will carry a steadiness that feels different from anything driven by anxiety or hidden agendas. As understanding reaches you, let yourself receive it. Don't hold on to what has already served its purpose just because releasing it feels uncertain. Don't walk back into confusion once clarity has been given to you. The path ahead is calling your heart toward truth. The person whose feelings are genuine will continue showing you through the way they actually show up, through their actions, through small, consistent details, through the way they treat what you've entrusted to them. Their intentions will become unmistakable over time. Meanwhile, the secret that has lived in the dark cannot stay there. What is meant to be known always finds the light eventually, and when it does, you may finally understand why certain things unfolded exactly as they did, why some connections required such effort while others felt natural from the beginning, why some questions seemed to have no answer for so long. The season of uncertainty isn't permanent. A season of understanding is coming. A season of honesty is drawing close. A season where peace stops feeling like something distant and starts feeling like something you actually live inside. Trust yourself when you notice the shift between confusion and clarity. Trust yourself when you can feel the difference between fear and genuine love. Trust yourself when your heart quietly points toward what feels real without needing to be convinced. Truth doesn't have to force its way into your life. It simply finds the right moment and steps into the open. And when it does, you'll understand why every part of this journey carried meaning. The answers you've been searching for are closer than they appear. The feelings that were hidden are rising toward the surface. The connection that belongs in your life is preparing to make itself known more clearly than it ever has before. Soon, what once felt uncertain will start making sense. What once left you confused will become clear. What once felt completely out of reach will stand openly before you. And as that clarity settles in, your heart will recognize which direction belongs to peace, which direction belongs to honesty, and which connection is the one meant to stay. The light of truth is getting stronger. The season of revelation is almost here. And when the moment finally comes, you may find that what was always meant for you had been making its way toward you all along, through every detour, every delay, every season of waiting that felt longer than it should have. Don't resist what is quietly being removed from your path. And don't resist what is being brought into your life to take its place. Something meaningful is waiting for you beyond the truth that's coming. Something so significant and so right that it may feel, when you arrive there, as though you've finally stepped into the life your soul has been quietly hoping for all along. Stay with this until the very end, because the truth is very close now, and when it finally reaches you, you'll understand why the waiting was necessary. You waited so that when love arrived, it would arrive in the right form, with honesty, with purity, with the kind of sincerity that doesn't need to hide. My dear one, the truth you're about to discover isn't here to break you. It's here to set your heart free from the quiet confusion you've been carrying far longer than you should have had to. Stay present through every word of this. What you're feeling right now isn't only emotion. It's something deeper aligning itself with who you truly are and where you're genuinely meant to go. Even now, two souls continue moving through your life. One carries a peaceful presence. The other carries a certain weight. The peaceful one watches from a distance, sending quiet wishes for your protection and your happiness, asking nothing in return. The other stays closer, present and warm on the surface, but restless underneath. Something inside them already senses that what they've kept hidden is preparing to come into the open. The clock of truth doesn't stop. and you may be much closer than you realize to hearing what was never truly meant to stay buried forever. Pay attention to the signals around you. Whenever one of these souls reaches your spirit, you feel a stillness, a rightness, like your heart has found some kind of harmony with something larger than the moment itself. But when the other connects with you, something shifts. Your thoughts scatter. Your intuition begins whispering quietly that something underneath the surface isn't aligned. That feeling isn't fear. That's your own wisdom doing its job. The universe often speaks through your feelings, helping you distinguish between what is genuine and what only appears to be. Something unusual may be on the verge of happening in your life. A moment that removes a mask completely without anyone planning for it to happen that way. Maybe a phrase escapes during a conversation that wasn't meant to. Maybe a name is mentioned when it shouldn't have been. Maybe a silence arrives at exactly the wrong moment and communicates more than any carefully chosen words could. Whatever shape it takes, it will cut through the pretending. It will make plain who has been real and who has been performing. Stay present through this. The truth is much closer than it feels. During your next real interaction with these two energies, you may begin to notice a clear shift. The soul that is genuine will look at you without anything hidden behind their eyes. Only sincerity, only honesty, only genuine respect for who you are. The other may watch your reactions carefully. They may reach for charm or humor or precisely chosen words to maintain the image they've been presenting, but this time, your spirit will see through it far more easily than before. Confusion is no longer being allowed to stay close to your heart. What once looked like a loss is beginning to reveal itself as freedom. What feels like an ending right now is quietly becoming the beginning of something real. A meaningful conversation is coming. It may not arrive according to any schedule you'd expect, but when it does, your spirit will recognize that it found you for a reason. The person who genuinely values you will not come to you with excuses or resistance. They will simply come with an open heart. Their words won't feel rehearsed. Truth will move through their eyes and their presence naturally, without effort. And in that moment, you may arrive at a realization that settles something very deep inside you. Love was never meant to leave you perpetually confused. It was always supposed to bring healing. Carry this understanding with you, because as these things unfold, your life will begin finding its balance more quickly than you expect. The energy you carry will start drawing peace toward you instead of constant uncertainty. The soul that was always meant to walk beside you will step forward with honesty leading the way. The one carrying hidden things may slowly begin to fade from the foreground of your life, not out of anger, not out of conflict, but simply because honesty cannot indefinitely hold up what was built on something other than truth. This chapter is being closed with gentleness, in a way that protects your heart from having to learn the same lessons more than once. Be patient through this process. Something beautiful is being assembled in the background of your life right now. Two souls may have cared for you, but only one had the courage to do so honestly, and that is the connection being held for you. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith intact. Keep your spirit ready for what's coming, because what's moving toward you will not only show you who truly loves you, it will also show you how deeply you've been watched over all along. The energy surrounding you is shifting even now. Intentions are becoming harder to conceal. Truth is separating itself from everything that only resembled it. Hearts are beginning to find their proper alignment. There are moments when love can be felt before a single word is exchanged. That is the quality of what the true soul carries toward you. They don't need endless conversation to reach you. Even the silence between you speaks clearly to something in your spirit. Meanwhile, the one holding the secret has begun to feel the growing weight of it. They can sense the atmosphere changing. They know what they've been hiding is moving closer to the open. Don't look away from these signs. A choice may soon present itself to you. Not necessarily one decided by logic alone, but one your spirit will navigate. One direction will feel calm, welcoming, like arriving somewhere you somehow already know. The other may feel exciting and intense at first, but over time it will leave you more tired than you started. That distinction matters enormously. The pure soul will never rush you. They will never pull your peace out from under you. They will never demand more than what love offers naturally. What they bring will flow without pressure attached to it. The one carrying the hidden truth, however, may begin showing signs of something close to panic as things shift. They may over-explain, they may react with more intensity than the moment calls for, they may work harder than before to keep their version of things intact, because they can feel that you're starting to see more clearly. Your spirit is beginning to notice what your eyes once moved past. Remain steady through this. An unexpected message may find you soon, perhaps late at night, perhaps precisely when your thoughts drift naturally toward one of them. That message may carry far more meaning than it first appears to. You'll feel the energy behind the words even before you fully process them. If your spirit feels lighter when you receive it, pay close attention to that. If your heart feels heavier and unsettled, notice that just as carefully. Your inner knowing is speaking to you. Truth is finally surfacing what has been submerged for too long. You've lived through enough to recognize what's genuine when it appears in front of you. The harder seasons were never meant to leave you bitter. They were preparing you. They were building something in you. They were giving you the kind of wisdom that can now serve as one of your most valuable guides. The hidden truth isn't arriving to diminish you. It's arriving to lift you. Because after truth comes clarity. And after clarity comes a peace so settled and so deep that it quiets every kind of storm that once kept you awake in the dark. When the news finally reaches you, breathe. Let yourself soften and receive it. Don't chase after every answer or push against what's naturally unfolding. Don't force what isn't ready to move yet. What's genuinely meant for you will come toward you without requiring you to exhaust yourself in pursuit of it. What is true will hold its own ground. It doesn't need manipulation to survive. It doesn't need constant reassurance to remain standing. Truth remains strong because it has nothing underneath it that needs protecting. And as everything becomes clear, you'll finally understand which connection was bringing you peace and which one was generating the confusion. You'll understand why certain doors had to close before others could open. You'll understand why the timing felt wrong so many times. You'll understand why your spirit kept asking questions even when you wanted so desperately for the uncertainty to simply end. Everything is moving toward a moment of revelation. Everything is moving toward a future where love is allowed to be safe, honest, and completely real. When that moment arrives, you'll see clearly that nothing was ever being withheld from you without reason. It was being prepared, carefully, specifically, for you. The path ahead is growing clearer. Truth is drawing closer, and the peace your soul has been reaching toward is already making its quiet journey in your direction. Allow everything to unfold in its own natural time. What is leaving your life was never genuinely meant to stay. It completed its purpose and has reached the end of its season on your path. What is arriving now carries something entirely different, something that will touch a part of you that has been waiting much longer than it has known how to express. My dear one, receive this as your confirmation. The true soul loves you with a depth that ordinary words strain to hold. There is no hidden agenda behind what they carry for you, no concealed motive, no intention that would bring confusion into your life if it were fully known. What lives in their heart for you is only sincerity, only honesty, only a genuine and quiet affection. Their presence will feel like still water after a long storm has finally exhausted itself and moved on. The moment you truly recognize them, not just with your eyes, but with the part of you that knows things without being told, something inside you will settle in a way it hasn't settled in a very long time. Your heart will find a rest it has been searching for without fully knowing what it was looking for. That is the moment your life begins stepping into its proper place. Be patient through these coming days because they will show you a great deal. Truth will no longer be content to stay in the shadows. What was concealed will come fully into the light. What once seemed absent will find its way back to you in ways that feel both unexpected and completely right. Two souls may have loved you, but one of them loved you with everything they had, honestly and completely. And that is the love being preserved for you. That is the name that was placed beside yours long before either of you arrived here. If this message is speaking to something in you, remain open to what is still unfolding. When you finally meet this connection in complete truth, without anything hidden between you, many things that once had no answer will suddenly make sense. You'll understand that nothing happening to your heart has been without purpose. It was being carefully watched over while something greater was being prepared on your behalf. Real love does not beg to be believed. It does not pressure you into trusting it. It simply exists, steady, present, dependable, without needing to prove itself at every turn. The genuine soul is moving closer to you with each day that passes. They are being readied to meet you with complete openness. Nothing hidden between you, no confusion to navigate. When your paths align again, it will feel calm, natural. The passage expresses a spiritual, intuitive certainty that confusion will dissolve into clarity as life reveals a deeply genuine, selfless love meant for you, distinguishing it from lesser connections and guiding you toward a steady, truthful bond that quietly aligns with your growth and inner knowing.